if you don't believe in the righteousness of Christ and you're trying to earn your own righteousness, here's what happens. You begin to have to pretend and project a false strength. You have no other choice but to do that, right? If you're not banking on Jesus's righteousness, well, you gotta forge your own, and there's two ways to do that. There's the offering of I'm not this guy, but then you still gotta kind of work to be good. Work to be acceptable. And so when you're doing that, what the slavery that you give yourself over to is the kind where you've always got to be put together. And when you've always got to be put together, you start to feel like you're a fraud. So like, watch how universal this is. How many of you in your quieter moments feel like you're gonna get busted because you're a big fraud? How many of you would just raise your hand and go, I feel like a fraud? Like there's a lot of, it's like, look, I just feel like I'm faking, I'm gonna get busted. But if you really dig on that, nobody really knows what that's about. Like, what do you mean? Like at work, at home, like as a friend with God? Like, where do you feel like a fraud? And we can't even dial in, we're just like, yeah. I'm not a good parent, and I don't work as hard as they think I do. And I'm definitely not as godly as people think I am. Right? And so what you do in that space, you just project that you're all together. And you project that you're strong, and you project that you don't fail, and you project you're the best parent in the world, Graham it. I mean, you project this image of your life being this real kind of sterile, beautiful, enjoyable thing. And few things are as life-sucking as that. Because as my friend through his tears revealed Friday night, he was just, you just looked at, just made a lot of money, had a lot of power, took very good care of himself physically, did decent with the ladies. And yet behind all that is this kind of low-grade insecurity of, oh my gosh, I hope I don't get found out. See, it become a slave to the lie of this projection. But if you believe in the righteousness of Christ that's not yours, then I'm just free to embrace being the failure that I am. So if you've ever wondered why I can stand up here and go, the first 7 years of my marriage were a nightmare. And if you thought to yourself, oh my gosh, he said that. Pastors are supposed to have amazing marriages. Well, mine wasn't for 7 years. It's been incredible for the last 8, but the first 7 were very, very difficult. If you ever wondered how I can talk about, man, I struggle with that, I doubt with that. You know why? Because it's not my righteousness I'm trying to project to you. My righteousness is inadequate for you to get you home. But the righteousness of Christ gets us both there. So I don't need to be a hero to anyone. We've got one. His name is Jesus. And he frees us up from having to project that we're all together when we know we're not. And then you don't feel like a fraud anymore, because I'm telling you, oftentimes when I get like really crazy emails like blasting me for something, I will oftentimes just send back, oh, I'm far worse than that. Really? That's all you got? You aren't even paying attention. I said far worse than that. I've been to far worse, but I am far more of a sellout than that. That you're not even paying attention to me if that's your only complaint about me. Now, what helps me do that? Because I'd be a liar if I don't want to be liked. That's absurd. No, it's that I'm banking on the righteousness of Christ and no righteousness of my own.